Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am so excited about this because if you're anything like me and you tried this year to maybe do your planning and your scheduling through electronic devices, then you probably failed. I don't know if you're like me. In any case, I have struggled and struggled with my schedule. And you know what? I did try to do it electronically this year through like Google calendars and all kinds of things. And what happened was I ended up just feeling very uninspired from it all. And so I made a purchase and I'm going back to my normal way of doing things. So I thought what I would do this time is explore the new things that I got for the studio through the YouTube channel here so that you could be part in it and maybe get some ideas for the way that you might run your life too, depending on, I cannot get this open, depending on if you are working full-time and doing art or just doing art. You know, you still have families, you still have all kinds of things to keep track of. And I find that the way I plan and the way I keep myself organized is actually through inspiration. And I know this kind of sounds weird, but I find that in order for me to live a very happy life and in order for me to do things that I do, like create things that I create, I have to be inspired to do it. And when I have that inspiration, I wake up every day really happy and excited and ready to go. And that makes a huge difference in my life just in general. So I like to do things like having a journal or a planner involved in my life because I just like to look at things at a glance, like things that are important, you know, like projects, the YouTube channel. Oh, these are already there. This is cool. And art projects and where I'm at with things. So here, what you're looking at is, this is the new cover. And by the way, in 2023, green, hunter green is the color of the hour. It's a beautiful color. So I thought I would get a new cover for my computer. I have a new cover for my phone, which is so cool. And I actually got one of these little rubber bands because that actually helps me hold it. But I'm using the phone right now, so that's not on it. And a new planner for the studio. Plus, in upcoming videos, I just ordered some more watercolor and some additional watercolor brushes that I think you will really enjoy. So there's a lot of fun things coming up on the channel. So what these are is these are tabs for me to use, and I want to go with some really durable ones this time. I have never tried these ones before. I have no idea how they go, but I'm thinking they're pretty standard. There's supposed to be 24 of these. So I guess they come in 4 different colors and you just peel them off and there's sticky stuff as you peel them off. So I've got several of those to be able to use, and here she is. Now I looked everywhere and tried to figure out what planner I was going to get. I went to a store the other day and looked around with my mom and I was like, you know, I almost got one and I said, it's just not right. There's just, I'm not feeling it at all, you know? So let me look online and see what other people are buying. And I ran into this company called Clever Fox. This is not sponsored. I actually bought this on Amazon and I kind of like realized it was a whole system and all kinds of stuff. Now look at how like amazing this is. And this is not an expensive journal. These are around like $20, $30. And I got Forest Green because that's the color of the moment. Clever Fox Planner 2nd edition. Now I noticed that there were dated ones and undated ones. I prefer undated, especially because I don't necessarily start planners, you know, at the first of the year, although I do have a habit of doing that. But this one, since we are in like May, a dated one wouldn't have made any sense. So I definitely went with the undated one, and I kind of like to plan things out. I don't intend on taking a break, which would be good if you were doing undated. Mostly I want this to inspire my art, to motivate me to keep going forward, for me to have some success goals and goals for different things that I'm doing, like my art classes, my full-time job, and Also, making sure I make time for myself, family, friends, and keep me motivated, like my passions, my focuses, everything in one place. That's something you can't really do online because you just can't see it. And I guess being an artist, I feel like I need to hold something. I feel the need to have that traditional book in my hand, and that's exactly what this gives me. It's got a little pen holder. So this one says it gets organized, stay organized, develop good habits, increase your productivity, stay focused on your goals and motivated, lead a happier and more fulfilling life. I have to say, when you know where your time is going and how your time is going to be divided every day, you do live a more calm and a happy life. And when you just kind of don't keep track of those things, I forget to do things. I say things and then maybe forget to do them, and people have to remind me. I don't like that. And that's just not the kind of life that I like to lead. So that's why these are so good. But aside from being like planning, a big thing I use journals for, these are as journals, like to get up in the morning and remind myself of what's great, what I've accomplished, what I've achieved, and what's ahead. And it also, if I fill them out properly, I find that I can really like long term stretch out goals and kind of work a little bit towards them rather than feel panicked. And when you're doing a lot of things like me, I've always thought that, that's really the way to do them. I was asked a long time ago in college to teach a class on planning and organizing. And I don't know that my method has a particular name for it. I've run across a lot of different names for different planning methods, but I plan based on blocks of time, and I tend to do things in blocks because I do repetitive motions really, really well. And I find that if I work on something from start to finish, it depends on what it is, but if it's a long thing, then I will not do it as well because I'll rush myself. And it's better to have like fresh introductions to things. So this is interesting. It comes with a lot of different, I've never really had one that came with stickers before, but this is neat. Too blessed to stay stressed. I love it. Start worrying about things you can't control. I like these ones that have areas that you can fill in. So far, this is a great quality book. It's got like to-do lists this week. These are so cute. I actually like the stickers. Doctor's appointments. Look at that. So I guess I can highlight certain things. Sneakers. Maybe that has to do with walks. I don't know. But this is neat. Yeah, so I thought you might enjoy taking a tour through the journal as I opened it. Actually, this one comes with instructions, which is pretty funny. How it works. Weekly Planner 2.0. Using this planner, you will be able to develop a vision for your life and set global life goals. That's for me. Break your goals into smaller, more tangible, actionable steps. Create detailed monthly and weekly plans. Plan activities for a balanced, fulfilling lifestyle, and review your performance regularly to keep getting better. Hey, this sounds good to me. For $20, I'm thinking I'm on board. Oh, there's a place for a vision board. I love vision boards. There's gratitude and self-awareness. That's right. That's exactly why I got this journal, because there's like an area for my gratitude and self-awareness, what I'm grateful for, what I'm passionate about, kind of just to organize your thoughts. My daily rituals, that ought to be fun. My affirmations. Oh, those are good. I always post those. So this is something that like right from here, I can actually post them to my group page so you guys can see, get some inspiration for it. My vision board, this is going to be a great section for ideas for artwork and for things, projects that I want to do. My goals, it actually keeps track of health and fitness, business and career, finance and personal development. But I would imagine that if all these don't apply, you could just put a sticker over that and use it for something else. Goal setting pages. My goals. You have 2 pages that are divided into several sections: health, fitness, business. Okay, that's what these are. The goals. Yeah, I think that any of these areas are customizable, even though some of them are written. Let's get into the book and see. So I got the Hunter Green. I love greens and blues, as you know, but I usually go with turquoise, but I thought this was a nice change for me. And I think I'm going to love it. Let's turn this over here. Okay. So I've got just a clean page. Clever Fox. I hear that you can, I like actually these ones that don't have the binder in between because I can't write when those rings are there. So I end up with very messy writing on this side and kind of okay writing on this side. But the rings take up like this much space, which is a quarter of your page. And so as long as it opens flat, which this one does, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, they did. This is such a good quality book. My gratitude and self-awareness. So this is the area that is going to be a reminder of what's so great and what you've accomplished, the affirmations, the skills to learn. Definitely I'm going to do more with that. My vision board. This would be great for ideas. My goals. I wonder if this is overall for the year or just for a month. And then my focuses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 focuses. The mind map is just dots. I like this because you can really do anything with this page. And with those stickers, I can literally title it, you know? Important dates. This was one of the pages that attracted me to this particular planner and journal. And that was because it has this year at a glance. And I think it's just right here. This is really handy because every single month there will be something that are really important to you, you know, like maybe upcoming birthdays or big events in your life that you want to plan for, or maybe even big goals in your life that you want to make sure you stay on track as they go. For me, it's part work and part art. I have things that people expect of me, and I usually put them in here. I have events that happen in the music business, which is my day job, and the art business, which is my passion. So whatever that is, I can combine that on these important dates and make sure that I know from month to month how busy that month is going to be so they don't overschedule things, which is what I have been doing lately. And I've been trying to peel back on that. So this is going to be a great glance. And I tried this on a Google Doc, and although it was good, it just confused me. It was like I lost the page for a little while. I couldn't get back to that page and I couldn't find out where I saved it. So it's going to be nice just to have it here. So it looks like you start each month out with a month view and you can fill and date it. You can put all the numbers in. This month, I can keep track of what I've won that month, like what I've accomplished that I'm really proud of or excited. It's like say I launched a class or, you know, whatever it is that I managed to get done. How I'm improving for next month. These are ideas based on what you did this month. You can actually write here. What I would do with this is write what I learned this month that I want to remember for next month and how I will improve. And that would be filled in as the month goes on so I don't forget those things. This month's goals, I would actually probably use this as notes for things I need to remember for this month. Not like a day-to-day note because it's just a little area. It would mostly be like overall what I want to accomplish this month before I actually add it to the schedule. And that way, I kind of, as I get ideas, I can probably come up with a page in here. Let me see how it works at the end. So we've got all the pages for the month. Probably do a page here that I will establish with, because there's all these like open note pages back here. So I could just take one of these and put it here. And then that would be the section for the month's goals, right? So let's go ahead and I think I'm going to use this one. And we're just going to put that there. And that is just going to be like a quick way to get to this month's goals, you know? Okay, let's see what else we're going to do with this. So on the side, it says plan. It says habits to adopt, skills to learn, things to avoid, places to go, and people to see. That's kind of neat. Again, you could customize that. You can do whatever you want with it. So then it gives you a week view. Now, I like the week views better than the day views because day views stress me out. I don't know about you, but if I literally, when I tried the calendar on my computer, it asked me to block out time. And I do block out time, but the time is blocked out and it changes all the time. So having a big page on Monday or a big page on Tuesday and seeing all the things to do exhausts me. I literally don't want to see it because I do so many things in a day. But at the same time, I don't want to forget the things. But that is what I find good about this. By having a week in view with some extra sections here, like a page of sections, I can get kind of detailed, but not terribly detailed because I don't need to write down all those details. It's a complete waste of time for me. So here I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is just an overview of my week. So like in the month, I basically have all the days laid out and I can get an overview at a glance, right? Like projects coming up. So say I'm supposed to be filming videos for certain things, like this week, what am I going to be filming? What's the content going to lead for? Like, is it all going to be product reviews or are we going to do hauls? Do I have products coming in? Am I going to do some demos? What am I going to do? And I just kind of like jot it there. And then I put it here as to like a content block. So my basic blocks I know are like from the evening until the morning. That is just me and rest time. Whatever I want to fill that with is just on the fly. I can go to dinner. I can watch movies. I can spend time with family. I can spend time with the dogs. I can paint. I can do whatever. I know that block is what it is. And then I have my mornings, which I usually early in the mornings spend time doing something that motivates me for that day, whether it be painting in my journal or planning the day or going for a walk or looking at social media and answering questions from artists, whatever it is. So I find that that block of time with my coffee in the morning is well spent. But then there's this like few hours during the day in between that morning and the evening that's divided up in work hours. I don't need for those appointments to be like back to back. If I did need an appointment time in this particular thing, all I would do is map out a section here, and then I would go ahead and put appointments. I don't happen to do that with my schedule anymore because I keep my appointments on the note sections, like the calendar on my computer, so that my phone will remind me 30 minutes before an appointment is ready to call or whatever. And those are only in blocks of time between like, say 1 and 4, and that's it. And when I'm not doing appointments, I'm actually doing emails or whatever it is that I need to do, like reviews or things like that. So this is fine for me. That's how I use it. And so like on Monday, it wouldn't tell me when I'm going to take breaks. It's not going to tell me how to run my life. It's just going to remind me of certain things that I have. Like maybe on Monday, I'm going to do my appointments and my Skype calls or my video calls. Maybe on Tuesday, it's just going to be an art day where I record videos and I check on my courses and I organize things. Maybe Wednesday is just going to be all about something else. So I usually do them in blocks like that because if I don't do them in blocks, it gets confusing and my brain gets exhausted. So that's how I plan that area. Now, this I thought was really cool because this is something I haven't had before in a long time and never had one laid out for me for sure. This says this week's main goal is at the top. And that's kind of really cool. And then it's got like a little reward yourself area, right? And the reward yourself area actually is split half and half. So if I get one big thing accomplished this week, it's going to go there. And that could be like, say I'm going to reorganize, something, or I'm going to, this week, I am going to launch a course, right? I'm going to get that course launched. And then that's my reward. This week's priorities, separate from the main goal. So there's one main goal, which is good because it's like, all right, we're just going to focus on getting that done this week, as well as all the other little things, right? But this week's priority, there's a list, but it keeps me from having too many priorities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all I can fit. And this keeps me motivated and inspired. And it lets me do a very good job on the things that I prioritize. But then there's a little notes section. And so if I needed to add details or I needed to remember something, I can remember it here. But at the same time, by not having too much space, I'm not going to overfill my schedule anymore where I used to. I used to just be expected to do so much every hour of the day and squeeze so much in that my head would hurt. And it would leave me feeling very unmotivated and very uninspired. So I found that this is a much better way to organize it. Personal to-do list. I love this little section because this will keep me on track with little things I need to remember to do that week. Like maybe, fill a prescription, or maybe the dogs need to get something, or maybe I need to pick up something from the store. I can remember to do it just by putting it there, and not too many. Habits and skills. This I found really interesting. I'm actually going to use this for social media. So in habits and skills, I'm going to use, since it has a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday check, I'm going to put like the Instagram page or the Facebook page and make sure that I check in every day with these here. And that way I know that I've posted something fresh every day. I have maybe spread some love, and made sure that I attended to all of the people in the Facebook group page every day, all my students, or that I've corrected something that I needed to do that has to do with every day. And it's got little things where I can check them off. Do you know what I'm saying? So say you wanted to focus on a new watercolor every day. You wanted to open a new paint color every single day and just figure out what that was all about. Maybe paint with it. You could actually list that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that would be like watercolor, right? A new watercolor. I'm going to learn about a new watercolor every day and then check it off and make like notes, or make a little note here about what you learned and how you, what you did with it. Like say we're going to take Mayan blue, and Mayan blue is going to be Monday. And then Monday, we're going to check it off because we did that watercolor that day and it's been filled in. You see what I mean? So you can kind of like have an overview and use it for whatever you want, depending on what you're doing in your art studio versus what you're doing in work. Now, I put both in here, and it's because I split my time up between two different things, art and the music business, because I still do work full time. So to me, I just need to have it all laid out. This week's wins. I love this, and how I'll improve next week. Love that. Now that's very similar to that month overview. This month's wins and how I'll improve next month. I feel like that is going to be really well used, and that is going to help me stay motivated right there and inspired to just come back and check in on this. So these pages are laid out in different colors, and you have plenty of weeks. You can see I'm in, like, the first month is green, and then it switches colors for me, and then blue. So that way I kind of like visually know. But there's also these really neat ribbons. I noticed that there were 3 for this. And this is handy because I can save my pages. So if I'm on this month, I'm going to have my month at a view, my month at a glance. I'm going to have my week that I'm currently in. And then that third one can just be whatever it is that is my reference section. So these are all months and weeks, but this area here that I'm going to have the tabs, if I need to refer back to an area a lot, then I have this. Or if you're the type of person that kind of books 2 months in advance, what you could do is you could literally take this extra string ribbon and put it in the next month. And that way you very easily can reference the current month you're in, the week that you're in, and then the next month that you want to book or write notes into. And that keeps you really organized and on track without having to put one of these at the start of every month. Or you can put one of these at the start of every month. I don't know that I'm going to do that. I'll decide that later. Right now, I know I need a section for more details on some of my things, but I also need an accounting section So I probably am going to take 12 of these here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I'm going to take this area here, and this is all going to be for accounting. So these few pages here are for details, and this next section is all for accounting. And that's for my business, for like art supplies and everything else, because at the end of the year, my accountant needs all those goodies and I need to keep track daily. It just really helps, you know, and I don't want to mess up the pages with stuff. And I don't want to get a separate book for accounting because it just bothers me. I never pick it up. But if it's in the same book, it's good. Now, if you don't need this big section for accounting or whatever, then you can use this for anything. You could use this actually for little watercolors. You could take your watercolors and glue them in here. You can use it for inspiration, for listing ideas for your artwork, for things you need to buy. Like a lot of you guys look at my channel and you're constantly looking at all the watercolor reviews and stuff that I have going on. So maybe there are some colors that you want to buy. I mean, literally you could cut pages and put them in here and very, very easily glue them down. And then you would, you know, have notes and watercolors and things that you wanted to remember to buy. Those are really good. You can also put lists of things, you know, notes about your watercolors and things in something like this. And it's just not going to be overwhelming. It will keep you on track and be nice as a reference guide. I actually keep these. I don't throw them out. I only throw them out if I'm really, really done with them and they're like 10 years old. But I find it really fun to look back at my goals and how far I've come, especially the ones that are like 10 years old. All right, so that's my art studio planner and work planner and what I'm going to be doing moving forward. I'm so excited to fill this in. And if I find that I organize it in particular ways that I think that will be helpful to you, I will let you guys know and I will jump back on. So thanks for being part of the channel and I hope you guys found some value in this. If you want to see me do more with these things, then just leave a comment, ask questions, and I'll pop back in and show you how I fill it out and things like that. Have a great one, you guys, and happy painting.